What's up, guys? So, gameplay's coming in a few minutes, and before we get to see that, I want to touch up on a couple of things that I really didn't get to talk more about in the last video with this developer diary. So, let's go into that real quick. I just want to touch on a few things before the gameplay video kicks in, and I'm doing this on the fly. So I don't know how if you guys thought my last video was good the way it was, or I should maybe wait to see the video and then I don't know. I'm trying to give you guys a more of a live reaction, not really live, but like as I see it for the first time. Let me just find where is that thing? Okay, here's the first thing I want to talk about that I didn't really get to touch on in my last video. But as you look up here, ambient temperature, wind speed, wind direction, a lot of people have talked about this, and it kind of flew over my head the first time around. So this looks exciting, and people are thinking, wow, is this going to have something to do with the way the cars behave on the track and the car setups? And I'm only guessing, but if you if you had to pick one or the other, I would say this is probably more just aesthetics, just something to add to the background, just to give it a little more immersion. I really would be shocked if this game was that deep where all of this would really play into setups and the way the car handles. And the reason I say that is one, I think that would be really difficult to do. Um, Especially for the first game on iRacing. These things, they do play a role, but even on iRacing, this stuff, it's not as noticeable as you would think. It does play a role. I don't want to say it doesn't, but I've been on iRacing for a year, and it just, like, I don't think if it played zero part in iRacing, I really don't think most people would even notice. And that's why I think this is just really not going to play a role in the game. I think this is more aesthetics, just something to add detail. I could be wrong, but considering that it seems to me, I this is something that I don't know what to think anymore. At first, I said there's no way that the only way to adjust the settings is this slider system, but maybe being the first game, they couldn't work in the other stuff. I don't know. I'm just guessing. There has to be a way to do custom setups. I think that's going to be a big deal for a lot of people, including me. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not going to say it's game breaking, but I don't know how you could have the game not have a custom setup thing. And maybe the timing of everything with the next game, the second one coming out sooner, they'll probably add it on to that. I don't know. I'm maybe getting ahead of myself. Maybe with options here, you have another section where you can go into the deep setup and actually customize everything. Now, I will say one thing, and I'm not a game developer. If there is something that I think would be extremely difficult, is the custom setups, the way they do it, because every single change you make, springs, shocks, stabilizer bars, all that stuff, every incremental change you make has to translate to the actual physics, and it just sounds like something that's difficult to do. If I'm just guessing, it doesn't sound simple to me. So I could almost understand if they just, like, it wasn't something they could get in to work properly in time. Another thing you got to think about is this cup car that we're gonna get, on day one. It's only gonna be a thing for the first game. The next game is going to be next gen cars. Those cars are set up completely different. And if you're on iRacing, you know it's way different. So would it be worth it to put all that time and effort into making sure that that custom layout actually works in detail just to have it for one game and have to go to a whole new system for the next gen car? I don't know. Like, these are just questions I'm throwing out there. I'm not making any definitive statement one way or the other. It's just something to consider. Maybe they'll talk about this stuff. Maybe it's all moot. Maybe it is in the game. I don't know. I'm just really confused about this at the moment. Um, depending on how detailed you've got five, setups. If they put the work and time into it, where each one is a real different feel, and it actually makes the car behave differently, and it doesn't feel like something that you can't find something that works for you. It could work, but I'm just really confused about that part of it. Um, yeah, so I don't know what to think about that. So uh, that's what I wanted to mention on that. This stuff, wind speed, ambient temp. I think people are getting a little ahead of themselves. I would be shocked if they actually have this play a part of the physics and the way the car handles, because even in iRacing, it doesn't play as big of a role as you would think. It does play a role. I'm not saying it doesn't, but you would be surprised in how little a difference I notice. So that's one thing. Now let's see, it's all right. We still got like 10 or 11 minutes. So we'll go to the gameplay. Somebody posted a gameplay where it was just, all right, hold on. Give me a second. All right, so this is the upcoming gameplay, Daytona. So I got something to say about that, but where is it? Bear with me. There is somebody posted a video where it's just, all right, hold on a second. This is what happens when you do things, you know, live on the fly. Come on. Nope, it's not showing here. Okay, gameplay only. I think that's how it was titled. Okay, this is it. Gameplay footage only. It's only 40 seconds long. All right. Just the other thing I wanted to get into a little more detail about. All right. So, one, I did mention real quick this cockpit view. It's not terrible, but I'm not crazy about it. And here's the thing. I'm going to explain something. The reason why this particular cockpit view was chosen, right? This is, like I said, I hope it's adjustable. I hope we have other options. But this seems to be one of their basic views. The reason that, to me, it doesn't work for me, the field of view, is it just doesn't feel like naturally, if you're sitting in the car, that this is what you would be seeing. The the windshield should take up more of the screen. It should kind of come down to here, where you get a better view out the window. The steering wheel, if you can see it, it should come up where you see where this yellow bar is for the RPM, for the tachometer. The top of this wheel could probably be right there, and then you would probably barely see even just the top of this gate. Oh my God, this screen. Now, obviously, the reason they have it this way is because they want you to see everything. They want you to see the entire screen here for, for your gauges and all your readings. And this is the only way they can get all of this to fit where you can see all this and still look out the window. So it does have a feel like the NASCAR Heat cockpit view. Um, I got kind of used to using it, but it's really not that good. But if you're sitting in the car naturally, like I said, I think the steering wheel, just this very top of the wheel, would be right down here where this yellow bar is. And you really wouldn't even see this. Like, you would have to look down physically just to see the gauge. And some of it might even be blocked by this wheel rim. But the way they have everything positioned here is like perfect where you see everything, but it's not realistic. And I think that's what kind of pulls me, at least, out of this view and not really liking it. So I hope it's adjustable. But, everything else looks good. This view I actually love. I'll explain why in a second. But again, now in this view, you're too close to the windshield. This doesn't feel realistic either. But here's what I do like about it. Love about it actually. It actually feels more immersive. It feels like, look at this. This is my favorite so far. But again, it's not the most realistic. Like, the camera you should be a little more back where you can see a little bit more of the dash and all that. Like this is a little too close to the windshield. It doesn't feel like a natural point of view from the driver's eyes. But I prefer this way more than the other cockpit view. But what I love about this view is this is the first time I think in any NASCAR video game, okay? Not talking about iRacing, which you can set up your field of view any way you want. But any NASCAR video game, this is the most immersive view that I've seen. And I'm just looking at this on a laptop. But so much of this works. Everything looks great, but specifically the intent. Look at this. This is one of my favorite shots. And I think a lot of it has to do with the lighting. The way the sun hits inside the dash and moves as you're going around the track, you could see the shadows just move. It just makes it feel super immersive. The cars look fantastic, in my opinion. I know some people said, oh, they're kind of a little too shiny, whatever. This is one of the best gameplay views I've seen so far. I love it. And it actually feels like you're inside of the car. And I don't think I've ever felt that with any other NASCAR game, video game. And a lot of it is the improved graphics, but a lot of it is just the detail inside this particular view inside the car. It really feels like you're inside of the car. And in my opinion, and I've never felt this ever. This isn't too bad. I don't play in this view. I haven't played in this kind of view since like the Thunder games. But for those who do, I don't see a complaint. I think it looks great. I think that the motion, some people may not like the judder. There's a little bit of vibration judder, but I just think it's there to give you a sense of speed. And I think it does work. I think it's effective. I'm not a fan of this race line, but they're showing it for casual fans, and at this point they were talking about how easy to. All right, my wife should be able to pick that up. Anyhow, everything looks awesome, but here we go again with that other field of view. I think the lighting in here, and it feels immersive. It feels like I'm actually inside of the car now, but obviously with my face, this is the best view I've seen, period. This looks amazing. Everything about this looks amazing. I know these cars are not running the proper line here. I agree. I didn't really get into that because I was so impressed with the visuals. Look at the sunlight inside of the dash here as you're going around and the shadow movement. That, in my opinion, gives this a realistic feel. Like I've never felt this level of immersion, and I think it has a lot to do with how good the graphics look, and two, just the way the lighting moves around. I can almost feel like I'm inside of the car. And this is slow motion. Like if in regular speed, it let me put it in regular speed. It just looks even more immersive. Look at that. Even this, it looks it. I if you know, I would rather play with this field of view than with the first one that I showed you. But again, this is too close to the windshield. I want almost something in between this and the first field of view, cockpit view that I showed you. I really do hope we can adjust it or at least have something in between as an option, because this is too close to the windshield, but it is more immersive. It just, and it gives you a better field of view on track. It just really feels like I'm in the car. And consider the fact that, even in this video that they uploaded, it was with music in the background and a guy narrating. You just can't. That's the one thing that we haven't seen so far is the sound, uh, or heard the sound like while watching gameplay, and that's what I hope we get today. I hope we don't get a lot of. I hope we don't get music. I hope we don't get too much narrating. I want to be able to hear the game as if I'm playing. Let us hear the sound of this game, which we really haven't heard, and give us different camera angles. And my big complaint is, all right, hold on, let me just, yeah, this is, I really, I love that view. I just want it a little further back. So let's go back. Okay, we're almost there. This is almost gonna start. But hold on. Where is it? Okay, here we go. It should be starting any moment now. But they had to pick Daytona. And that's something I wish they would have just picked another track where you could see the AI spread out and then watch how they behave around each other. That's where, like I said, my biggest concern so far is still the AI. I don't think we're going to get a good idea of how the AI is watching, restrict the plate racing, because you're going to see these guys are going to be in a conga line. So how much can you really get from that in terms of how the AI behaves? It's possible. Maybe you'll see them making moves. Here we go. It's coming. But all right, come on. This laptop is so slow. Okay, I'll put this down. All right. But like I said, I wish they would have picked another track. I don't even care which track, as long as it's not Daytona or Talladega. But they picked Daytona. I know a lot of you guys, love those tracks, but I don't think you're gonna see much in terms of the AI. They're gonna be on rails. You're gonna see 2 rows, maybe 3. Uh, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying if you're gonna show gameplay, I'd rather see a more traditional track. So, sound going? Here we go. Sounds good. Sounds realistic. There you go. Some grass, some roof cam. BJ McClellan is getting a lot of A lot of shine from this company. Yeah, this is a pretty low quality video, so I apologize for that. What? That's it? Oh, that's bullshit. Oh, they're just messing with people now. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of people. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of shit talking. Look at this. We got the countdown was longer than. Okay, hold on. The countdown. Let's see. Okay, the countdown was 42, 40. All right, hold on. All right. When does the video start? Okay, the countdown was longer than the actual gameplay. All right. I'm trying to stay positive. But this is really bullshit. And you didn't get to see. They didn't even show us the conga line. We saw one car behind another. I mean, the track looks fine. The sound is good. Didn't hear the spotter at all. No spotter. No crew chief talk. Just the engine. And look, I don't want people to get carried away. They're gonna show more. I think. I'm sure there's more. It's just this is the type of shit that piss people off, like with the screenshots. It's like they're just teasing us. You told us you're gonna show us gameplay. Man, you could have showed us at least 2 minutes. 2 minutes of gameplay. Give us different camera angles. Show us the AI. Like you're just showing one car, you behind one car. This is disappointing, to say the least. And it's not disappointing because the gameplay is terrible. It's disappointing because this is not what people were expecting to see. You could have shown more. This is way too much of a tease. Like, this is something I would expect to see before you even showed a game trailer or anything. This could have been one of those appetizer round teasers. At this point, nah, this is not good. Now, is it something that should turn people off from the game? No. Anybody that says, "Oh, fuck this, I'm not buying the game because of this," you're full of shit. And that's a stupid way to look at it. But I am disappointed because I want to see more. I thought they were going to show more. And finally we get to hear how the car sounds. Great. But everything they're showing us now is baby steps. Uh you got to show more, man. You got to show more. And I really want to see the AI in action. And I didn't get anything here. Really. The engine sound. And it sounds great, but no spotter. Didn't even change the camera angles. Didn't show us in car. Didn't show us like other, just a roof cam for. And literally, this is literally shorter than the countdown. Yeah, this is where it fucking starts. So let's see the. All right, from 1 minute. All right, from the start. So it's the whole thing's a minute and 40 seconds, right? The whole thing, including countdown. So the gameplay is 40 seconds, and the countdown was like a minute. That's bullshit. There's not much else I could talk about. They really didn't show anything. And the quality of the video is pretty low quality. I'm sure maybe they'll upload a better quality video. It's very grainy and and I guess it's a live stream or something of the early gameplay. So whatever it is, it's rendered at a very very low bit rate, whatever. So it definitely isn't looking the way it's going to look when you play the game. There has to be a much higher quality version. So I wouldn't take any of this, the visuals, negatively. It's just a very low quality upload. But yeah, he's sucking up to the car a little bit, and oh my god, they're coral wings though. They didn't even never changed the camera. What are they gonna announce next? Give us another 1,000 likes, and we'll show you another 40-second clip where we don't. All right, I don't want to go crazy with this. Am I overreacting? But let's see. BS. All right, let's read some of this shit. Yeah, somebody said the countdown lasted longer. Yeah, look, they're trolling us. Hold on. The damn staring. All right, pure tomfoolery. Big bruh. We need more. Laugh my ass off. This chat is the funniest thing ever. Bruh. The onboard sucked. NASCAR Heat 5 sound. Well, listen, man, in all fairness to 704, I know we like to bash it a lot, but there's a couple things they did right. Eventually, they finally did get the sound right, and the AI of 704 actually got to be really good. It's actually the best AI we've had in a NASCAR game. So, and it has problems, right? But as far as green flag on track, just a green flag run, it's the best AI we've had. It's not perfect, it has issues, but it's better than anything we've had previously, and it actually provides a decent level of entertainment. It could be, it's a little too easy at the top, but they deserve some credit. Like the actual racing in the Heat game, especially NASCAR Heat 4. I stopped playing Heat 5 after a month, so I don't know if they fixed all the garbage that whatever. But NASCAR Heat 4, in my opinion, is still the best of the recent games. And yeah, the actual on track racing wasn't terrible. So I got to give them some credit for the AI, which is something I'm worried about here. And the sound. The sound, they finally got, the right engine sounds by NASCAR Heat 4. They actually fucking recorded. So for somebody to say, yeah, it sounds like Heat 5, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So, and I think the engine sounded great. But I wanted to hear the spotter. I wanted to hear a crew chief over the radio, something. Never changed the camera view either. Look, we've been bamboozled. I'm not paying full price for an incomplete game. See you when you go on sale. Frauds. What a disappointment. This is raw gameplay. Motorsport games playing it the 704 ways I see. Yeah, some of these comments I disagree with. But I thought this is more of a teaser, and it's one of those things that it does feel like they're trolling people now. That was it. Let my give the game a chance. Nah, we need more. The fuck? Laugh my fucking ass off. That was a joke. Sounds good. Bruh, refund. Frauds. What was that? Listen, man, I honestly think they're messing with people now. I think they're just trolling people. This could be, it could be really good or really bad. It could be really bad because maybe, there isn't much there to show. Or it could be really good where they're just having fun at people's expense and just trolling people and having a good time. And then, because they maybe feel confident. Once this game comes out, they're going to love it. It could be that too. So I don't know. I like most of what I've seen so far. It's just really hard to look past some of these decisions like I said, show us more camera angles. I mean, really, 40 fucking seconds. The intro was longer. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't think they're hiding. I mean, are they hiding the fucking spotter and other camera angles? I mean, that's it's only gonna blow back in their face. I don't think that's what they're doing. I really do think they're just having fun at people's expense, trolling people. And at the end of the day, is this the end of the world? Like I said, some people are like, "Oh, I'm not buying this game now." Really, come on. But I gotta say, man, this is bullshit. It looks so twitchy. I don't know, man. I didn't think so. And that roof cam view, it's not going to give you the same sense of like in car. Uh, I don't play in those camera views anyway. I don't know how people do it, but yeah, the onboard camera made it bad, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. That's not a good camera view. I know a lot. I know people like using that shit, but they should have been in car. Gyro cam for roof. Not a fan of that at all. Agree. Twitchy driving. I assumed that was with assists, and honestly, a pointless video all around. Was a waste of time. Yeah, I gotta agree with that. Bro, we got back straight through. I feel stolen from. I feel conned. I mean, come on. Yeah, some of this shit is a little bit over the top. I waited 30 minutes for this BS. You know what? Like I said, if this was something they revealed before even the gameplay, I mean the game trailer and all the official announcement stuff, like if this came out during the appetizer round of marketing, like with the screenshots, I think people would have accepted this in a different way. It's just that at this point now, you really got to reveal more details. This teaser stuff is not going to fly with people. I think they know that. I think they're having fun at people's expense. And I don't know if I'm all that mad about it. It's just, I don't know. Like, if the game really does turn out to be really good, then all of this is just going to be something people are going to laugh off and be like, haha, you got me. But if the game does turn out to be really shallow and just really not all that, yeah, then people are going to look at this and say, yeah, they knew this wasn't all that and they're just messing with people and they knew the product wasn't all that. And I can't see how people are paying $90 for a fucking edition just for a couple of legend drivers and a couple of paint schemes. And I mean, that's a ripoff. I don't care what anyone says. I would never pay for that. So, I'm gonna buy the game. I'm gonna get the normal regular game. In fact, I'm I'm not even pre-ordering. I'm not gonna just to get the game 2 days early. I don't even think it's available for the PlayStation. I think there's some issues yet. I don't know what's going on there. I read somewhere there was some shit going on. Yeah. So, in my opinion, and I think most people will agree, this was a big dud for the most part. I don't think too many people walked away from this excited. I was really excited about the first developer diary. We saw a lot more there, like to get excited about than we saw here. This is yeah. Even the gameplay footage we saw in the developer diary was more exciting than this. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a thumbs down. Sorry guys. I don't know if you're just trolling people or not, but come on, man. You got to show more camera angles. You should have shown more like how does the car feel and behave in the pack, right? Isn't that what Daytona's all about? You could have shown this at any track. What they showed here, other than listening to the engine like wide open throttle, that's all you really got from this. So Yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I look forward to your comments. Later.